A few weeks ago, I took a look at the Delta 3 Plus and the much smaller River 3. One being great as a portable large-scale power station, and the other one is much smaller, lighter, and portable. Well, in this video today, we're going to be taking a look at the River 3 Plus, which perfectly lands in the middle of those previous two devices. We'll go through the specs, what comes in the box, and some extra features that you're going to be getting with this device compared to the other two. Now, I also want to thank EcoFlow for sending this product out and sponsoring today's video, and with that said, let's go ahead and take a look at this device. So this is the River 3 Plus. It has a battery capacity of 286 watts, but this one is unique because you can add extended batteries, giving it a boost of up to 858 watt hours. Inside the device is an LFP battery that is good for 3,000 plus charges, or lasting about 10 years. Now inside of the box, we are getting the River 3 Plus, an AC charging cable, a car charging cable, a USB Type B to USB Type A UPS communication cable, and a quick start guide and warranties. Now, as far as getting this device charged up, you can plug it into the wall and it's gonna give you a max of 380 watts of AC power. This is gonna get the thing charged up in about an hour. Now, we do have a port on the back for charging this thing up with a solar panel or using the car charger cable that comes in the box. This one is going to max out at 220 watts and get the device fully charged up in about 90 minutes. Now, as far as what this thing can output, it supports up to 600 watts of output with a surge of 1200 watts. Now, it does also have a feature called X Boost that you can actually turn on within the app that will allow you to continuously use that 1200 watts for things like space heaters. All right, so here is the front of the unit. Pushing the power button right here, it's going to turn on the display. The display is going to show us input, output. It's also going to show us battery percentage, and then above that is going to show how much time is left in the battery. Currently we have 10.7 hours and it is connected to Wi-Fi. Now down below that we have got USB-A on either side right here. Those are going to be at 12 watts a piece. We also have USB-C right here in the middle at 100 watts. We have got our car charging port right here. That is going to be our DC port. So we can get that open right there. Now, if we do want to use any of the ports on here, so say for this one, DC, we're gonna have to push the button to turn that on and off. Same with our AC one over here. So turning that on is going to allow us to start pulling a charge from the device. Now that I have that on right there, it's going to slowly start. You can see we got 5 watts being pulled out of there, and that is because we have this light plugged in off to the side. So we've got one AC port up here. Down below that, we have got a light bar. So the light bar right here has low, high, and then an SOS flashing. So that's pretty cool. If we flip it around to the back, well, let's take a look at the side right here. On either side, we do have fans that are super quiet. We have a awesome handle on top that makes it easy to carry. Also a nice flat top too. So you can stack this in a car if you are traveling, you want to get this in the car. I like that it has a nice flat top. Taking a look here on the back, we have got some more ports. So here is the extra AC ports that we have on the back. We've got one on either side here, and then down here we have got our charging port. So we've got an AC charging port, we have got our solar/car charging port, and over here is our USB Type B port, and that's going to be our communication port if we're going to be plugging this into, say, a NAS for our UPS backup. Now, taking a look at the bottom of this device right here, we do have rubber feet on the bottom, and then we also have our extra battery port. So if I open this up and pull this off, this is going to be our port for our extra battery, which I'm going to show you guys right now. Okay, so here's the extra battery that I have, and this is the EB600. This is the larger of the two battery options. Up here, we have got another rubber port, which I'm going to pull out right there, and that is going to give us access. And then we have a clip here on the front. So to get this connected, we are going to clip it here on the front, and that is just going to lock into place, activating and giving us the extra battery. So we've got on-off button right here. And then this one's cool because it comes with an additional USB-C port that's 140 watts. So a little bit more than we're getting out of the 100 watt one right here, but we're getting 140 watts out of this one. You can see the light indicator right here is only going about right there, which is indicating how much this guy is charged up. And another cool thing about this one right here is that if we do take this off, just flip it around and show you how you can take it off. You can pick up the whole thing right here, but it does have a button here to unlatch it. I'm gonna go ahead and lift that up right there. So we have it unlatched, but we can now take this battery, Fortunately, this one does not have any handles on it, but this battery can be used all by itself. It does not need this one to be used. You can still use the USB-C port on here, and this USB-C port also can charge the unit. So it's not just relying on this one right here. This one is kind of a standalone. This is a charge and discharge port right here, which is pretty awesome. So a few more features that I want to talk about with this device. First is the extra batteries. So they do have 2 separate batteries that you can get with this device. Now you can only connect one at a time, but they have got the EB300, which will give you an additional 286 watt hours, essentially doubling the size of this unit right here. And then they have the extended EB600, which is the one that I have, and that is going to give you 572 watt hours. So tripling the size of what you have right there. So depending on what you need, there are different sizes for your use case. Now on top of that, the device itself is just over 10 pounds, so it's nice and portable. And this thing is kind of designed to be used on a desk. In fact, that's what I'm going to be using it for when this video is over, is it's going on the desk right behind me, because this thing can be used as a UPS backup. And if you're not familiar with that, that essentially means that if the power goes out, this device will pick up that load without your stuff turning off. And this device is boasting a pro grade UPS backup with less than 10 milliseconds of auto switchover time, which if you're not familiar, that is incredibly fast. Now I mentioned earlier that this was kind of designed for a desk setup, and that's because it has the 2 AC ports on the back, meaning that you can set this up on the desk, have it look nice and pretty, see the display and all the ports on the front if you need to plug a phone or a tablet or something into it. But for your main UPS, if you've got maybe an external NAS or a network storage or a computer that's going to be plugged in all the time, the AC ports on the back are going to be able to take the dedicated power that's going to be needed on the back, so you're not looking at those ugly cables all the time. Now, a few other features with this device are their own patented terminology for some of the things that they use. The first one here is going to be their X Boost technology, which can consistently handle that surge of 1200 watts. Now, this is something that if you do want to turn this on and use it, has to be done through the app, which we're going to be taking a look at in a minute. On top of that, they have got X Quiet technology, which provides a super quiet experience with this device at less than 30 decibels. And then lastly, they have the X GaN power technology, and that is going to allow for appliances under 100 watts to double their runtime. So on a traditional device, if you were to plug one of these devices in, it would get maybe about 16 minutes of runtime. On here, you'll get 35 minutes. So with those low power devices, maybe let's say a home router, you're going to be able to get double the runtime out of it, which is pretty awesome. Okay, and now quickly I want to just go through the app to show you guys the features that you're going to be getting in there. We've got the River 3 Plus here on the top. We see that it has 34% of power. I'm going to go ahead and tap on this. And from here, we can see the different options that it has. Right now, we've got it set on output. We can see that it's outputting 7 watts of power. The toggle right next to it is going to be the input. And if I switch over to that, we can see what it is inputting. So whether you are inputting AC, which you can see right here is 373.74, but you can also be inputting solar and car charging at the same time and see both of those and what they're pulling in right there. Let's go back over to output to see what we have here. From here, we can turn on all of our different ports. So if I want to hit the power button right here, that's going to turn the AC off. Go ahead and let's turn that back on. We also have our ports over here for, say, our DC charging, and then we can adjust the light there too. Now I want to scroll back up here and show that we have pass-through charging. And essentially what that means is that we can have this thing plugged in and have it charging up while it is discharging. That is something that I really like about the EcoFlow products. Now let's go ahead and take a look at our settings options right here. So I'm going to tap on that. We can adjust the name. We can change the charge and discharge limits. So in here, you can adjust those if you want to do that. We do have backup reserve, which is off. We have scheduled tasks. So these are cool because you can schedule your ports to turn on and off at certain times of the day. So I really like that feature within the app. We have input and output settings. So I'll give you guys an idea here of what those look like. I do have X Boost turned on, as you can see right there. We also have AC charging speed. If you want to lower that speed, you can do that here in the settings. So that's pretty cool. We've got our power outage reminder. We have got our low battery reminder option, and then we have more settings. So let's quickly look. So that's just going to be kind of setting up your Wi-Fi, auto timeouts, location zones, and things like that. But a lot of cool things that you can see here in the app. And we can also turn the device off. I'm going to go ahead and turn it all the way off so we can remotely power it down if we wanted to do that. Unfortunately, you can't power it back up. So that is one downfall of getting it powered down. So there's a quick overview of the EcoFlow River 3 Plus. This device is nice, lightweight, and portable, but also has the addition of adding extra batteries if you want the extra power. I love that it has a light on front. I love that it's a UPS backup. It's got a nice solid handle built into the actual frame itself. And then that extra battery is really cool too. I love that the extra battery doesn't have to be tied to this thing right here. I can use them totally separately if I wanted to, and if need be, put them together to create the ultimate battery backup. If you guys want to know more about this device, take a look at the link in the description. But if you want something a little bit bigger or maybe even a little bit smaller, I recommend you guys checking out this video right here on the Delta 3 Plus or the standard River 3. If this video was helpful, give it a thumbs up. Let me know that you liked it. As always, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you guys in the next video.